When we last talked about simulation in regions, we used one word very deliberately: engines, plural. Today, we want to explain what that means, what is already working, and why we started with the foundation before moving into a deeper social simulation. This is Simulation Part 1. Regions uses several systems, but each one has a specific job. The region simulation host owns the authoritative state, the clock, households, people, jobs, vehicles, journeys, money, and government accounts. MATSim handles strategic travel planning. It connects a person's activities, decides when they need to travel, and chooses an available mode and route. SUMO handles detailed road traffic. It executes valid vehicle journeys against the current road network and traffic signals. Unreal Engine presents the world and handles the physical actions the player can see. In simple terms, Regions decides what must happen, MATSim plans the journey, SUMO executes the road traffic, and Unreal shows the result. None of those layers can quietly take ownership from another. If MATSim is unavailable, Regions does not invent a fallback plan. If SUMO returns a result for the wrong road revision, it is rejected. That separation is the foundation of the simulation. A visible pedestrian is not the citizen. A visible car is not the vehicle record. They are temporary representations of something persistent. When a person is near the camera, Unreal may represent them as a physical character. Farther away, the simulation may only need their location, schedule, or current activity. The physical body can disappear without erasing the person. Their household, job, money, vehicle, plans, and history still belong to the same identity. When a physical action is required, Unreal receives permission to represent that exact person for that exact journey. When the action finishes, Unreal reports the result back to the simulation host. It cannot simply say someone arrived. It must identify who arrived, where they arrived, and which journey they completed. We now have the first complete settlement journey working through this system. A new household begins outside the region as prospective residents. Regions selects a legitimate gateway and destination. MATSim plans the journey. SUMO executes the road portion using the household's persistent vehicle. At the destination, that vehicle must occupy a real parking space. The occupants then leave the car and physically walk to the building's actual entrance. Only after that final arrival is acknowledged does the household become settled and present. Assigning a home is not the same as moving into it. We have completed the sequence in a live authored city, including saving, restarting the simulation host, restoring moving cars and walkers, and continuing the city's daily journeys. Households also move together. Children, retirees, and unemployed family members are not left outside because they lack a workspace. One member drives while the others travel as passengers. SUMO receives one car, not a duplicate vehicle for every person. Carless households use an outside-owned arrival carrier. It enters the region, drops the household off at its destination, and leaves again. The vehicle never becomes household property, and its temporary driver never becomes a resident. Parking is not just a number attached to a building. Vehicles and parking spaces have persistent identities. A resident should walk back to the same car they previously parked. A full car journey now includes walking to that exact vehicle, physically pulling out, receiving approval to depart, completing the road trip, parking at the destination, and walking to the building entrance. This has already exposed problems simpler systems would hide. Ambient pedestrians could once reclaim a citizen-owned car because they matched the parking space but ignored ownership. Road edits could remove spaces while leaving cars stranded inside a new junction. Those paths are being corrected around one rule. The visual car may move or disappear, but an authoritative citizen vehicle cannot simply be erased. When roads change, regions can also identify which journeys and parking spaces were affected. Smaller changes can replan only those people instead of resettling every traveler in the city. A complete live swap between old and new SUMO traffic worlds is still planned. Major topology changes are one area where work remains. Travel is being built around complete journeys rather than isolated vehicles. The shared system supports walking, cars, bicycles, taxis, buses, light rail, subway, trains, boats, and airplanes. Not every physical mode is finished. Walking and personal road travel have working execution paths today. Passenger services now have the underlying authority for stops, scheduled runs, queues, capacity, accessibility, transfers, fares, and cancellations. Passengers remain separate from service vehicles. Missing a train does not make that person disappear, it creates an outcome that can trigger a new plan for that traveler. Regional rail is the first physical service adapter. The same contracts can later support buses, subways, ferries, and air travel without rewriting what a passenger is. Deeper simulation also requires real places. A parcel containing residential capacity is not enough. Regions now creates personal identities for buildings, home units, establishments, and entrances. A household can belong to a specific home, a job can belong to a specific establishment, and a pedestrian can finish a journey at the actual front door. Tenancy, ownership, rent, mortgages, and the complete property market are not finished. The identities they require now exist. The economy follows the same approach. Instead of one citywide money counter, region uses balanced transactions between households, businesses, and governments. The current foundation includes household cash, payroll, tax withholding, government accounts, road costs, and reoccurring household obligations. If a household cannot afford an obligation, it can enter grace, delinquency, and default. That does not currently trigger an eviction or foreclosure. Those later consequences will build on the financial evidence instead of appearing randomly. The region also connects to an outside world. Workers, shoppers, tourists, students, through travelers, and freight can cross the boundary without becoming residents. A completed tourist visit can create spending, tax revenue, and reputation evidence. Later demand from the same external market can respond to that experience. Utilities are following this foundation-first approach too. Providers, territories, capacity, connections, tariffs, bills, and outages now have authoritative records. The physical pipes, wires, coverage tools, and complete customer contracts will come later. This is not the finished social simulation. It is the structure that lets deeper systems share the same people, places, and history. Next layers include property and tenancy, deeper businesses and markets, job search, unemployment, household relocation, physical utility networks, additional transport modes, safer road replacement, and support for much larger regions. Then we can build deeper relationships, memories, beliefs, needs, health, education, institutions, and complete life histories. A job loss should affect the same person's household, finances, and travel. A move should preserve that household's history. A missed payment, difficult commute, or successful visit should become evidence other systems can respond to. That will be simulation part 2. It will not be the next dev diary. We have other parts of regions to return to first, but we will eventually come back and show how this foundation becomes a deeper living society. Part 1 is about establishing who exists, who owns each decision, and how several different engines can work together without losing the person at the center of it. That is the simulation foundation being built beneath regions.